Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Tony Award winner Lea Salonga is returning to Broadway along with George Takei, who's making his Broadway debut, and Telly Leong in the new musical Allegiance, which will open on November 8th here at the Longacre Theatre, where we drop by to bring you a sneak peek and to meet the company.
When your mommy die, you grow up so fast. Take care, son. Help us farm. Why you no go to dance? Have fun. Do American boogie woogie.
That's for kids. No one wants to dance with an old lady.
You brother crazy. How you can be old lady when I still so young? Japanese say, Beppin-san
A pretty lady.
should not sit home with old man on Saturday night.
That's not a proverb.
No, but should be.
Paper flower. Nothing blooms at Heart Mountain.
You want to bet? $5 say, I make garden grow in hard ground.
You're on.
You're in the theater. Takei, how do you feel this week?
Crazy excited. It's like what Fanny Bryce said in Funny Girl. Nervous, happy, scared, excited. All at the same time. Such an extraordinary amount of goodwill and artistry from all of the creatives, the designers, the actors. We've come into this theater and are really so excited about sharing this story. So many of us are making our Broadway debuts with Allegiance, and so that there's an energy in the room that it's like I can't even describe it. There's a passion, a love, a zen quality, and an eagerness and an authenticity that is just kind of thrilling for me.
You're getting ready for your first preview is coming up. What are you looking forward to the most?
I think looking forward to giving birth to the show, to allowing the show that has been in a kind of extraordinary gestation period since we had our Out of Town at the Old Globe in 2012. The show has been worked on, new songs, old songs thrown out, script has been rewritten. So to be able to kind of share this new version is really, really exciting.
Tell me who you play.
I play Hannah Campbell. She's a nurse with the Army. She's stationed at Heart Mountain and has quite a journey in the show.
What do you love about this piece?
I think the piece is just, it's such a human piece, and we get an extra insight having George. It's his legacy project, and he lives through the internment when he was younger. He was a little boy, and so it's exciting to learn that era and to get his extra insight. So,
did you know this story before starting this?
No. When I was asked to audition for it, I did a ton of research about this era of history, and I learned so much just through the research I did for my audition. So, yeah, this was all a new thing for me.
The song we heard you do today, where does it fit in the show? What's happening?
So that's the first time I meet Sam, played by Telly Leong, and it's kind of it's our meet cute. So it's kind of it's a little bit of a When Harry Met Sally. There's a little bit of a animosity towards each other, and then it grows into something.
There's a love story there, isn't there?
Yes, it does grow. It grows and changes, and yeah.
Now we're standing far too close. Circles never have to give him that. I can't wait this out all day. I won't be leaving till I get what I want. My car leaving here alone. But if she gets in trouble, I'll feel bad. I should just be on my way. I oughta.
It feels phenomenal to be back on Broadway with this really unique, special story, and with so many members of my Asian American Broadway family. It's awesome. It's really incredible.
I was at one of the first workshop readings you guys did in New York. Remember in the black box?
I did. I absolutely remember you being there. And, actors do so many readings and workshops, and you kind of never know, is there going to be another reading? Is there going to be a workshop? Are we going to go out of town? Are we going to get to Broadway one day? And I think all of us are still a little bit shell-shocked that we are here. We're here on Broadway at the Longacre Theatre. It's shocking and amazing and wonderful. It's like we're dreaming,
Talk about the wonderful role you get to play play?
So I get to share a wonderful role with the brilliant and amazing icon George Takei. We both get to share the role of Sam Kimura. And when the show opens, we first see Sam, and he's dressed in a military uniform, and he is it's the present day, and he is at his sister's funeral. And all of a sudden, the ghost of this sister, played by the brilliant Lea Salonga, takes him back in time. And you learn that these two have not spoken to each other in 50 years. And we unravel the mystery of why they have not spoken in 50 years and why this family has fallen apart. And when Leia takes us back in time, it's me as young Sammy, and it's really fun. It's really fun to share this experience with George. It's been really exciting.
Welcome back to Broadway. How does it feel?
Back. Oh my gosh, it's a little overwhelming. I have to say, it is. It's like everyone moved the furniture like a foot to one side in your house. You walked in, you don't quite know why it's different, but it is different, and it feels. But it's it's slowly starting to fit. But it's nice to come back into such a great cast. It's really one of the, I hate nice cast, but it really is an amazingly, Stafford just sets this amazing tone to the show that it just trickles down to just wonderful, and everyone's allowed to create, make mistakes, and do everything, and there's none of that feeling that, no eggshells. It's kind of an amazing feeling, but being back is really great.
How did this happen for you to come back in Allegiance?
Well, it was weird. It's one of those where you think it and it happens. Well, I have a theater arts school up in Connecticut. It's doing great. And it's just kind of one of those times where you're like, you know what, it's doing well. It doesn't really need me there all the time. And I would really, pining to get back. I love Broadway. And then it was like, I thought it, and then I got a phone call. I kid you not. It was like we're talking almost like a couple days that this decision was made, and I get this call, went into auditions, and I got the job.
Who do you play, Scott?
My main character that I play in this show is what I like to call the White Devil. Yeah, because I am kind of the bad guy that just basically the bad government man that sends thousands of Japanese Americans to their death in World War II. Yeah.
When it's pitch black dark at night, the army might assume that you're trying to escape. If you're running to a bathroom, let them aim their spotlights down, but smile real nice. Just put up and shut up, 'cause you're in paradise. Made it grand in paradise.
The water tastes like rust, the bedding's filled with craggy lies. But here's a little sound advice.
You better take my sound advice.
Just put up and shut up, 'cause you're in paradise.
Say, does anybody know where to get good sushi around here? Try Tule Lake. There's no water in Tule Lake. It's drier than Mrs. Tanaka's rice cakes.
I've been involved with this project since 2009 from the very first reading. I was in LA doing a production of the last 5 years that Lorenzo Tione and Jay Kuo came to come see. And after they came to see the show, they asked me if I'd be interested in being part of this project about the Japanese internment. And original work is what I love to do most, and so I said, whatever I can do to help. If you need me to get coffee, if you need me to sweep the floors for rehearsals, I'm ready to do it. So, yeah.
Talk about the role that you play and the musical number we saw you do today.
Yeah, I play the character Frankie Suzuki. He's a law student who gets sent to the camps, not knowing that he was going to be there as long as he was. He embodies and represents the community of Japanese Americans who felt that as their civil rights were taken away from them, they didn't feel that if they weren't being treated as Americans, they shouldn't act like Americans. So their stance was, we will fight for this country as long as you treat us like Americans. And so he represents the movement in the camp that sort of stands strong in another way, as opposed to the other characters in the show.
I love the musical number you put us through today.
Yes, that's it's a very It's a great song. It's called Paradise, and it's very satirical. It's a very wonderful song that just pokes fun at the situation that they're in. You know, he's trying to make light of the situation, but it's very biting. It's a very smart piece that sort of comments on the situation at hand and how they were dealing with it.
I can't tell you how excited. I mean, it's indescribable. I'm about ready to burst, and to see it coming so vibrantly to life on the stage of this beautiful theater, the Longacre, on Broadway. So, you know, it's a dream come true, but more than that, it's the thrill of a life.
You know, we spoke a lot leading up to this, and you think you have in your mind what it's going to be like, and now you're actually doing it, being rolled on in that beautiful scene with Leia today. I mean, what's it been like rehearsing Miss Simmons Theater? Your first preview begins in a week.
In a week from today, there'll be paying audiences here that's going to be hopefully laughing.
They're going to be.
Hopefully sniffling, and some applauding, standing ovations. I can't tell you. I could taste it. It's so delicious. The aroma is here. But, you know, in this life, only in America, dreams like this can come true. I grew up in 2 barbed wire internment camps, and here I am now telling that story in this beautiful theater on Broadway. It can happen. In this country, it is possible.
This whole process has just been incredible, being a part of all the rehearsals. I mean, I was working all the way up until August 30 in Manila, and then August 31 I got on a plane, and already my mind was like, I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the show. And I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning listening to the first read-through, and they Skyped me in on a robot, and it was, my mind has been here probably since even before I got on the plane. I've just been so excited. It's amazing.
You know, I caught up with you along the journey. I saw the first black box, huge, workshop you all did. Telly and I were just talking about that. I mean, you're finally here. You know, the first preview is going to start really soon. What are you looking forward to the most?
I think we're all looking forward to finally getting up in front of an audience. That is the one thing that's missing. We've had our sits probe. We're still in the process of teching the show. We don't have that much more to tech. We just have a few more days, and then we'll get a couple of good run-throughs in with costumes and everything and orchestra, and then we have our invited dress, which kind of terrifies me because it'll be Broadway people, chances are, like friends and people that we've been in shows.
It's all friends.
It's all friends, I'm hoping. Yeah. And then finally we have our first audience on Tuesday next week, and I'm just hoping that the audience loves the show as much as we do. I mean, it's not going to be the most perfect show. We may trip a little bit. I mean, there might be a wig that'll look like it's on wrong, or a costume that's not right yet. And it's a process. And I think as people watch previews, they see the show getting better and tighter, and seeing everything, gelling and syncing and happening and firing much faster on the way to opening night.